Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and today we are going to provide a solution to a problem that I've had for a few years now since I've owned the my 270-degree awning, and that's mounting it and dismounting it from the Montero. Typically when I'm mounting the awning to the vehicle, it's a process. It just takes a while for it to mount on because I do have G-Zilla brackets, billet brackets that are attached to the roof rack. I mount the awning directly to those brackets. The problem is since they're directly mounted on the brackets, lining up the bolts and tightening them down to the bracket requires a lot of finessing and balancing. It's just a task. It easily minimum takes 30 minutes just to mount the awning to my Montero, and I typically mount the awning during our the season here in Florida, where we typically go out on trails and camp, and that's usually around fall to early spring before it gets hot again. And I keep the awning on the Montero for that length of time because I don't want to keep mounting and dismounting the awning all the time whenever we go on the trails, because we don't go obviously every weekend. If I could, I would, but I have to keep it on the Montero, and the issue is the awning gets exposed to a lot of the elements that we go through the winter. Sometimes here in the winters in Florida, we do get warm weather, then it gets cold, and then we get the rain and all that good stuff. So the awning gets exposed to a lot of the elements. So basically, I was looking for a solution to make it easier for me to mount the awning and dismount it when I'm not using the awning on the Montero. So I did a lot of research on the internet. There were several options out there, but the one that caught my eye that seemed like the best option was something called RacksBrax. They're a company from Australia. They have these mounts for awnings, whether it be a 270-degree awning or just a regular straight awning, and they have like a two bracket system, the triple bracket system, and then the one I got is actually called the XD because of the size and the weight of my 270-degree awning. So this is the product right here. It's RacksBrax. I got this through 23Zero here in the United States. They are an official US distributor for RacksBrax here in North America. So I contacted RacksBrax directly, Australia, and I just had some questions because they do have an application list of more of the popular awnings that are in the market. And my specific awning, which is an ARQ 4-wheel drive 270-degree awning, is not on that application list. So I contacted RacksBrax. I gave them the information and a link to the website, and they recommended that I get the XD Triple, which makes sense because I have 3 spots on the awning to mount, and then this is designed to support its weight for the awning. So then therefore a customer service agent passed my information to 23Zero, and they contacted me, and then we went through the ordering process to get these. Now the only problem is I had to wait a few months because at the time I was gonna get these, they were out of stock, and it took a few months to get them restocked. This was the tail end with all the weird COVID stuff and world supply issues. But when they finally came in, I went ahead and ordered it, and I had it in my hand. I've actually ordered this last year towards the end of our trail camping season. So I didn't bother installing it then. I waited till the beginning, which is November right now, to install this so I can mount the awning as we are preparing for a camping trip in just a few days, and utilize this system on the Montero. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you some information how this RacksBrax mounting kit works, and I'm going to mount it on the Montero. So if you are looking for a similar solution that I'm looking for or found, maybe this is a great option for you. So here we go. We're going to go and install it. Alright, here is the RacksBrax. That's it. RacksBrax, that is the part number. If you are interested, it's 9001. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and unbox this here. Pretty nice packaging. Alright, so get this. Instructions. Alright. Here you get the keys right here. This is to secure it. So you get like 3 keys. These. Hardware kit. I'm assuming these are all like stainless steel or zinc coated, since they will be exposed to the elements. Alright, get that. And then these right here are actually the parts of the mount that actually mounts to the awning. Okay, so these, you get like 3 of these, because the awning is a triple mount awning. Then you get these are the actual mounts that go on the rack, on the brackets, whatever brackets you use, the mount on the rack. So so there's a key. This is what you use those keys for, to unlock this, to be able to you know, when you use these mounts. So see, you take these off, right, and then what would happen is this then would be mounted on the awning. You would slide it in, boom, lock, then your awning is secured, no one can steal it or whatever. And then when you want to take it off, you unlock it, move the awning. Obviously these will be connected, it'd be a lot easier to remove. So yeah, and then that thing you saw here with the little loops and stuff, okay, one end will go onto here, this little opening there, loop. One end will go this, and the other end goes into these I guess these lock keys, right? So how it works is whatever, if you have it mounted on awning mounted or not, let's just say you have the awning mounted and you're wondering how it stays secure, you'd put this key in, all right, and then you lock, take the key out, it doesn't come out, so they can't take the awning away. And then if you want to unlock, take the key out, and then you can remove and the awning and put the cover back on, whatever. Obviously keeps this safe, so pretty cool. You get 3 of those, obviously, for each mount. 3 of mounts. So there you go, that's everything you get in this kit. Now it's gonna vary depending on which kit you get, based on your application, what awning you're using, but this is for the XD Hitch kit. So I get the 3 brackets, 3 mounting things, 3 of everything, to be able to mount my triple mount awning to my rack. Right, you just have to make sure you have everything, depending on your rack, that's whatever you're going to do to mount it. It's going to vary based on your application. So you're going to have to remove this cover here, so you have access to the mounting points, and then you just get your hardware kit and follow the directions over here. I think it's 2 bolts per mount, with the washer and nut, obviously. So from the directions, the bolt goes on this side, and then the nut and washer. So bolt, washer, nut, washer, to secure the mount to the bracket on whatever you're using on your awning, on your rack. Just make sure that the opening is on top, obviously. So basically the RacksBrax emblem is on your right side. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's washer, not washer one side. Okay, I ran into a problem. I had to basically move my mounting brackets on the rack um, back because this mount was located here. I don't know if you can tell by that mark right there. So what was going on is when I was mounting the RacksBrax um, mount for the awning, it was hitting this right here. So it was just hitting that, and obviously when it's straight to mount it. So I had to move it back to clear it. Now it clears, and then the result, since I moved that back, I had to move those back accordingly. So that took a little bit because I had to measure and all that good stuff, make sure the brackets were sitting straight, but everything looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and continue mounting these RacksBrax. So the bolt and nut are 13 mil. So we're going to go ahead and tighten them up. So I'm going to tighten up fully. I just wanted to get them tight so when I test fit the awning with the other end of the RacksBrax mounts, that everything is lined up correctly. So if I need to make any more adjustments, they're not super, they're loose. I don't have to fully untie them. So I'm going to go and tie in the other two up front, and then we're going to mount the RacksBrax mounts on the actual awning next. Okay, here is my ARQ four-wheel drive awning here. That's for the front, right? I mounted in two spots right here. Then this is the rear mount right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I haven't messed with this awning since I stored it on our last trail trip, which was like late spring. I'm going to clean it up real quick. All right, got the awning all cleaned up. I used leather cleaner and protectant, so it's ready for the fall winter season. So I'm gonna mount the first mount right here to the awning. Um, Basically, just make sure your awning where you want to mount it is correctly on the other side. So this is the top, right? So let me make sure it is top. Oh, this is the top. So what I want to do, the top, right? Once this part needs to be on top. So this is the top of the awning. So it would go like this, right? So basically that's it. You just do it on all the mounting points that's on the awning, and then should match what you have on the rack. I ran into a little issue mounting the mounts that go on the awning. The RacksBrax hardware were actually too big to fit in the slots where the brackets go on the awning. So went to get my old hardware that I used to mount it directly to the G-Zilla brackets, and for some reason they got lost. I've been doing a lot of cleanup and reorganizing in my garage during the summer, and I must have thrown them away. So I had to make a trip to Ace Hardware and basically rebuy the hardware I used to when I originally mounted the awning directly to the G-Zilla brackets, because the screws and the bolts were actually perfect for the slots, which I'll show you in a little bit. But yeah, you might run into this depending on your awning. If it's listed on RacksBrax site, the certain like more popular awnings their mounts, then you probably won't have a problem, because I'm sure they counted the hardware kit to fit those particular ones. But if you don't have an awning that's not on their list of applications that they have, then you might run into this issue. So here's the slots I was talking about right here. So this is the one hardware kit that RacksBrax supplied, and it's just too wide. It won't fit in the slot. And what I didn't want to do, I could have easily just opened this up and like drill and try to make it fit, but I'm planning to go with a different awning from another company. So I don't want to like modify this for when I do sell it, so the next person doesn't have any weird issues with it, because I just don't want to do any modifications to it when I already have a hardware kit that I already used previously that can work. See, this is the RacksBrax. This is the one I came in that I put together, and as you can see, it fits perfectly into that slot. So I'm just going to use my hardware kit. It should work with their awning kit. I mean, it's held this awning on the rack perfectly fine for a couple years already, and it's stainless steel, and yeah, it's gonna hold. Okay, here I already basically mounted the RacksBrax mount on outing with my kit. So see, it fits perfectly in the holes, everything in the washers, everything works. I just have to tighten this down and then install the other two on the other side of the mountain. I mean the awning.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
All right, the mounts are mounted on the 270-degree awning, and then obviously the receiver mounts are mounted on the Montero rack. So I'm going to make my first attempt to mount it to the Montero. I have a feeling I'm going to have to make some small adjustments to get it lined up correctly, but I'm going to give it a shot. If it works out the first time, that's awesome. If not, I'll just make my adjustments. All right, first shot. It mounted perfectly. So I'm pretty proud of myself. All my measurements to get everything aligned was spot on. And the one thing I'm also happy is when I had the awning mounted on the G-Zilla brackets, it was really close to the rack. You can tell that there's like some rubbing. You can tell it was rubbing, but now it sits out a little bit more. I like I like it how it sits. But yeah, it lined up, everything mounted up perfectly. And yeah, I'm extremely happy. As you can see, it was really easy to mount it on. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to unmount it from the RacksBrax and then put on the covers. So what I had to do is once you mount it, you put these like keys in, and then if you're wondering how they stay secure, there's the key. So that's locked, and that's how you keep this how it shows you how it stays secure. So they can't take out these keys here. I don't know if you can see it right here. Let me see if I can better show you. These are the keys. So this pulls out. This is what locks the locks this bracket in to the receiver, right? So I can't pull these out. These cannot come out. Now once I unlock it here, now I can take these keys out, these pin keys, and then I can remove the awning from the receiver. So I'm going to do that now for each one. All the keys are off the receiver, so I should be able to just unmount this right off. And let's go. All right, awning is off. You have these on. So what are you going to do when the awning's off? Can't have these exposed, so you go back to these covers, right? And you just put them on like on the awning. You kind of go up top in a little angle, and then boom, covers, right? Then you put the pin in, snaps right in, and then you get your key, and then you lock it, and then boom, these are secured here. They can't remove this, they can't steal it. Boom, you're done. All right, there you go, guys. That is the installation process on these RacksBrax hitch mounts for your awning. Like I said, the one I bought was the XD Hitch series. It's a triple mount. It's suited for a more heavier and obviously most likely like a 270-degree awning. But yeah, definitely check out the website. I'll leave links in the description to RacksBrax, and I'll also leave links to 230. They are the US distributor for RacksBrax here in the United States. So if you have a similar issue like me and you want to solve your issue of mounting or having the option of unmounting and mounting your awning without the hassle of like bolting it directly to the rack like that I had to deal with it for the past couple of years, it will be in the description. But yeah, I mean, installation process for me was like 6 or 7. I think it would have been a lot easier if I didn't really have to line up so many brackets. As you saw early in the video, because of the RacksBrax here, they were hitting these like, I don't know, these pillar posts on the rack. So I had to kind of move the brackets a little bit back so I can clear them for the hitch mounts. So that required a little bit of work, but for your application, it'd probably be a lot easier. I could foresee it if I didn't have to worry about that issue. It'd probably be like a 4 or 5. Not that hard. But the product is great quality. It doesn't feel cheap. The material is really good. So, and the design is phenomenal. It's just an awesome product. I mean, I've only mounted and dismounted the awning like maybe a couple times, and for this video, and I already love it. It solved my issue, and it's worth the price I paid for it. So that concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to help support us and our channel by subscribing on our channel. We look forward to delivering more content, obviously catering to the Montero community, but not only that, our trips and adventures and more camping stuff and all that good stuff. So again, thank you for supporting us and watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys.